We are back, baby. And when I mean we're back, Narcos is back for season 2. And also, my computer is working once again. So, reviews on time now. Thank God. Well, depending on work. But I wanted to make this video. I'm going to have a real legit review for Narcos season 2, just like my first season review. So bear with me. But I just wanted to get my thoughts out because I binge watched Narcos 2 and I finished it yesterday. I just wanted to see what the people are thinking about Narcos season 2, and it's gonna be a spoiler, so spoilers throughout this video. So you've been warned. We need to just bounce some ideas here, or not ideas, but just like what did we think? What did we think about season 2? And as you could tell, I loved it. I love Narcos season 2. I thought it was just as good as the first one. Actually, I thought it was just as good as the first one. I didn't think it was any better. I just felt it was still awesome sauce. I thought everything in this series was just amazing. Like, the way I was telling my buddy this, like, Pablo Escobar is a real piece of shit. He's a real piece of shit. He's a monster. Yet, the thing about monsters and villains in the shows and movies is that they're cookie cutter. When I say cookie cutter, I'm not saying like the violence that they have. It's like they're how they are portrayed is just villainous. Like you got to understand that everybody who has been a villain in history yet was still a human being. They still were a person. They ate, they slept, they had families, and we want to see that aspect to our villains. We want to see that other side as well. So what they did with Narcos in season 1 and in season 2 is that we get to know Pablo Escobar's ins and outs. I think the one best movie to describe about Narcos and this drug cartel and really knowing that person, even though he did bad things. The one movie I could really, and the couple examples I can give is Blow with Johnny Depp, Georgie Boy, George Young. It was kind of crazy because I thought he made an appearance in this series, but I think it was actually Leon. And I would have loved to see George pop up in the series, but he never did. It would have been crazy if they actually got Johnny Depp to reprise that role for Narcos. That would have been crazy. But I think Travis is Pablo Escobar in the movie too. And I don't think, maybe it isn't. I'm not sure. But also from Fear the Walking Dead. But also the one man who does it right, I don't want to say right, who does really capture us with these gangsta mentalities, and to really have different layers to a character, like who can make pieces of shit actually make us really very involved in their lives, is Martin Scorsese. Martin Scorsese, hands down, does a fantastic job in just presenting really wicked men doing wicked things, yet showcasing that they're still human beings and they do things other than just kill people. They're not murderers. They're in business. They're in business of making money. Well, they're murderers, of course. They're murderers, but there's different. They're also doing what we do. They do things that we do to live in the world, but they, on this other side, it's another uglier and grittier side, and that's what Narcos kind of presents. Pablo Escobar, the actor who plays Pablo Escobar, is amazing. He is freaking fantastic, right, guys? But like I said, but we're not going to do reviews here. We're just going to really talk about some crazy-ass moments in Season 2, so I wanted to bounce some, just really give you guys what, like, made me go, holy shit. And the holy shit moments absolutely was Carrillo. My boy Carrillo, a.k.a. Frank Castle, a.k.a. The Punisher. When he went to Spain in the first season, I'm like, fuck, man, that was the guy that was making Pablo Escobar shit his pants. And when he came back from Spain and came back to go after Pablo Escobar again, I was like, fuck yeah, Carrillo's gonna fucking take down Pablo Escobar. But the oh shit moment is when Limon had that whole plan and they fucking just cornered Carrillo and killed him, and then Pablo Escobar actually delivering the final blow and telling him, this is for Gustavo. Like, fuck, dude. Because in the whole season, like, Pablo Escobar was fucking scared when Carrillo came in. But who would have thought that there was, history books, but there was, I don't know too much about Pablo Escobar, so just going from Carrillo and then going from Los Pepes, oh my God, Los Pepes was just like brutal, man. They meant business. They didn't give a fuck if you were a kid, if you're an old woman, if whoever you were, they were going to kill you if you associated yourself with Pablo Escobar. Either you be with Los Pepes or you're not. And they were not fucking around. So Los Pepes, this new this guerrilla style tactic was just absolutely insane in season 2. I was just like flipping out. I was really bummed out that Carrillo died so soon, but these other characters are not characters. These other people who came in captured my interest. And like, holy shit, dude, these guys were just as bad as Carrillo. And when Carrillo did some of the things that he did in this season, was just like kind of like, holy shit, you know. That's, I mean, one hand you kind of understand why he did some of the things, and then the other hand it's like, fuck, dude, you crossed that line. I mean, he killed a kid to make a point. He took no prisoners. I mean, he literally was doing exactly what the cartel were doing because he knew he had to do that in order to basically just fucking survive in this game. But he lost the game, and Pablo got him, or Limon got him. Limon was a character that I was like, what? Or a person that I was like, you know, like he was the type of dude that you saw him change throughout the season, which was good to have a perspective of a character like that. And why he would be following Pablo Escobar is because Pablo Escobar seems to have such a big influence on a lot of his people and stuff. Even people thought he was the Robin Hood of Colombia. So I mean, absolutely crazy, man. What I really liked was Murphy and Javier in this season, especially with Javier. Remember when he was like fucking like he was helping Los Pepes? Like I was like, oh shit, dude, Javier, you getting your? I thought he was gonna die. I honestly thought Javier was gonna die at the end of the season, but I'm glad he didn't. But it sucked that he wasn't there in the last raid to go get Pablo Escobar. Murphy, you know, I think Murphy. For a while there, Murphy and Javier weren't even really together. Like Murphy was doing his other thing. He had, you know, I think her name's Connie. He had his wife to worry about, and then he went to Germany to stop Tata and all them. It was kind of crazy. After all this was all said and done, I did some research on Tata and like, you know, everything that was going in the future events and Pablo Escobar's demise. I don't want to ruin it too much when it comes to maybe because there is a big hint to season 3. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to ruin it. I mean, it's out there. I mean, if you read up on this, it's right there. The history of what happens after is right there. But I will say this: they really showcased the love of Pablo Escobar and his family. So I read somewhere where he loved his daughter so much, and he does show like he is definitely a family man, but he loved his daughter so much that he would give his daughter anything. So his daughter wanted a unicorn, and he stapled a cone to a horse's head and wings, and that unicorn ended up dying from infection. So he loved his daughter that much. He'd give her anything. You know, that was the one thing about Pablo that they tried to give you a little bit, like, you know, he was, you know, still a human being. Like, not, I don't want to say to try to sympathize with him or try to make, you know, feel sorry for him, because fuck no, I didn't feel sorry for this guy. After he bombed that one place next to the president, Galviera, I think his name's Galviera, and all those kids died. Most of those kids died, and it was like almost them going back to school. Like, I was like, fuck you. Well, before then, too, I was like, dude, Pablo Escobar is going to get his coming ups. But fuck Pablo Escobar when it came to that particular right there, and then him dying. It was crazy, man. It was absolutely crazy. But it was good to see, though, the different layers of Pablo Escobar and everything and stuff. It's crazy how much of an influence he's already gaining from this show and the pulp culture status. I think a lot of people do have that mindset that, like, this, you know, it's funny, not funny, but it's like kind of crazy that we're referencing Pablo Escobar lines from the show, and it's because the show's really, really that great, and the actor just does a fantastic job with Pablo Escobar. But I think in the back of our minds, we know that this guy was a real piece of work and he needed to be brought down, and he got brought down. It took too long for him to be brought down. This guy was like a Billy the Kid, man. He got out of there's ways he got out of, like, it was like, what the fuck? How the hell did he get out of that? Especially in the beginning of the season. Like, I can't believe, like, he just walks past that fucking soldier like nothing, because the soldier's scared of him. And that's what it is, man. Once, like, watching the series, like, everybody was scared of him. And once that fear was gone, he was nothing. He was shambles. But then again, at the end of the season, it was kind of crazy how he had his beard and you could just walk among everybody and nobody realized that was Pablo Escobar walking among them. He got a fucking ice cream and all that shit. It was such a fantastic season, man. I mean, there were so many great moments. Judy was a character that I get why she wanted revenge for Kiko, but she's lucky she's not dead, honestly. And then the other cartel, the ones that took over, man, was I forgot what the name was, but Paco's with them and everything. Man, they took over everything, and I hear that that might be who we're gonna follow in season 3, which I'll be very interested because they were playing it smart. They played it smart by saying they wanted to be low key and they didn't want to be involved. Like they didn't want to be in the limelight. A lot of these people want to be in the limelight and they're dead. Pablo Escobar's in the limelight and he's dead. The people who are in the background are more dangerous than the people who are in the foreground. So, in the front. So I mean, just I wanted to talk a little bit about season 2. Just some of those moments, the what the fuck moments, and it was crazy, man. A lot of deaths, like Blackie's girlfriend, fucking, getting killed. Oh, dude, the lawyer, Pablo Escobar's lawyer, man. That was kind of sad that his kid died as well. So Los Pepes was ruthless, man. And these guys are not a lot of these. That's what it is, man. It's fear and there's a lot of shit. The thing is, you could say that when you're going against these people, you could say that, hey, I'm not scared to die. You're not scared to die, but I think you're frightened for your family's, well-being, and they can go after your family. That's where they get you. They get your family than yourself. I mean, it's one thing to not care about your life, but you do care about your other friends and family's lives. So, absolutely insane. But Narcos. It's crazy how we're just praising the shit out of this season when it deals with a lot of these killers, these drug dealers. But it's you can't say this isn't a fantastic series, and it's well done. It really shows the limelight of the cartel and drugs, and there's always going to be people who want money when it comes to selling drugs. There's always going to be drugs around that's the profit to be made and carnage to be had. You just try not to be in the crosshair. But yeah, man, that's life right there. That's life. It's not going to go anywhere. I mean, that's how it is down there. That's how it is in Mexico. That's how it is in like a lot of other places. I mean, drug is number one business right there. So making a series like this to really showcase like the horrors of it, and then also the rising fame of power. I mean, why are we so fascinated with Scarface and Tony Montana, and why do we have pictures of him on our wall, and why do we why do we cater to that? Because he's so gangsta. But that's how it is. I mean, Martin Scorsese does a fantastic job of showcasing that as well. I mean, Goodfellas, Casino is one of my favorite movies. When you like the characters in there, but you realize that you liking them is like you're liking somebody who's really a real piece of work. But it's just the power of making television and making a movie. I mean, I'm pretty sure Narcos doesn't have a lot of things like. There's some things that are not truthful in it, but a lot of things there is. It's just a great watch. It's a great watch, and it's a great eye opener. I mean, right after the series, I said it was an amazing series, amazing acting, this and that, and then right after, I was like sunk in, like, yeah, but these guys are real pieces of work. That's good that a series like makes you praise it, but then makes you rethink, or makes you think about like, look at all the consequences that happens when you do this. So it's up to you, man. It's up the path. It's the path that we take. It's the decisions that we make that really shows us where we're going to be at the very end. And Pablo Escobar, it showed that, dude, at the end when when they finally got him, Martinez, the son of Martinez, when they got to him, man, I was glad Murphy was there when they got him. I was sad that Javier wasn't there when he got him. I understood the different layers of Pablo. But I did not feel sorry for him. But I did understand who this guy was, and that's how I think Carrillo understood who he was as well. He knew, but he never went after the family. Los Pepes did, and Los Pepes, he understood what made Escobar really, really worry, and that was his family. And his family seeing some of what the kids are doing, they're not into what Pablo was doing and stuff. So that's good. But I think they learned that, hey, man, there's a lot of deaths. We've seen too many deaths to just keep doing this. And I think Tata knew that too. But then you got to read up on Tata too as well. Her real name's not even Tata, and I think in Pablo Escobar's wife. But really good stuff, man. Season 2 is just amazing. Oh, fuck moments. Good shit. All right. I'm Dan Manganese, son. Go ahead and subscribe. Like the video if you like it. I will have the season 2 proper review up pretty soon. Just got to give me a little bit more time. But we have the computer working now, so get ready for some reviews. All right, guys. Bye.